Hello, my viewer. This is Health Now Show, your health friend, with me, Jane Kariuki. I am a counseling psychologist, and today I am very happy and delighted to welcome you to this show. This show, as we always know, it's about knowing about your health. And how do we know about our health? We get this information and this kind of an education, this kind of a sensitization from our guests that we bring. We bring medical doctors, we bring mental health professionals, and all of them geared towards the objective of making your life healthier, happier, and better. We have been bringing psychologists, we have been bringing medical doctors, touching on different illnesses, different conditions, and we have been learning a lot. The last episode, we had a doctor, Dr. Maureen, and Dr. Maureen had 2 episodes. One, she talked about epilepsy in children, and the second one, she talked about autism in children. And that is why I decided that it is very important we have somebody to come and share their journey with an autistic and an epileptic child, so that what the doctor talked about will have more ground and more meaning. And at the end, our viewer who is watching us, you'll be able to get help. Probably you have a child who is epileptic, you have a child who is autistic, and you are asking yourself many questions. How can I manage? And today we'll have someone who has walked that journey and will be able to give you tips on how they have been able to help their child up to the place where they are right now. And as we go along, I would really request you, our viewer, to go to our YouTube, Health Now Show, or Facebook, and ask a question or a comment. One I would like you to probably to share with us is your experience with either an epileptic child or an autistic child, or both, because our guest today is going to share on both, because her child is epileptic and also autistic. Our guest today is none other than Penina Wanjiro. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself, and from there, we are going to listen to her story. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, Penina.
Asante sana, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just introduce yourself to our viewers. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for this platform.
Yes.
I'm grateful.
Yes.
To my viewers, I'm Penina Wanjiro, residing from Kiambu, a business lady, a mother of 2. My firstborn is Martin, my secondborn is Catherine. Now, I'm here to talk about my son, that is Martin.
Okay.
And I hope it will help another lady or another man raising a kid like that of mine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. When we were talking with Daktari, she explained how it comes about, medically, how it comes about and what is supposed to be done.
Yes.
But for us, I would request to share with our viewers, when did you realize, or probably you tell us, what conditions, as much as I've just introduced, what conditions is your son, Martin, having?
Yes.
Yeah.
So for you to accept or to know that your kid has that condition, it is really traumatizing, because everyone you are gifted with a kid, you always expect a lot from the kid. So our kid got complication during birth. I got complication during birth at a prolonged labor, but it didn't click into our minds that our kid will be affected.
Okay.
So our kid was tired, as those are languages that are used
By the doctor.
by the doctors. The
Yes.
kid was tired, that's why he never cried. And we never thought when I was coming from maternity that it will be a lifetime condition. Without just that medication that he was taken to a nursery, and I was told to go and check on him. But later, that's when it dawned to us that our kid, the condition was a prolonged one. Yeah, and it affects him even today that he's 16 because he started conversions.
Okay.
And definitely when you come to the society, when we come to conditions like as a kid conversing, you know all the things that they start coming in. So before they accept it is a condition that is medical or medically treated, you are first told a lot of things.
Okay.
So it is another factor that has made even most of the kids they are outside in the society for the condition to deteriorate.
Okay.
Because at time we were told that it is not treatable, or it is not supposed to be, the kid is not supposed to be given medicine. It is a family matter. Yeah. And the moment you drop medication, the kid deteriorates so much that even some lose. I thank God that my kid is still alive, but there's a time we had even surrendered his life to God and telling him, God, take him not to suffer again.
Okay.
Because we were told that your parents have not gone to the other side. Maybe there is a Shosho or Guka who mentioned this. Maybe it is not your side, then go back to the husband's side. We really struggled before we came to terms that the condition is medical and is supposed to be medically treated.
Yes.
Yes.
You say that you realized that the child had a problem at birth.
Yes.
And you mentioned that it was a prolonged labor.
Yes.
So what else probably would have? I
Yeah,
don't know. You are
yeah.
not a medical person,
Yeah.
but probably as a
I've
parent,
had,
as a mother. Yes. What
And,
else would probably contribute to this?
yeah, even the mishandling of doctors. Yes.
Okay.
Because when I talk about it, some people say that afadhali ungefanyiwa operation.
Oh.
I could not have prolonged if they operated me.
Okay.
My kid would not become tired. Because I came to realize later when I had gone so many hospitals, that's when I went to a private doctor, and it was so expensive. Because seeing that doctor, you could pay 2,500. That I came to a point that I could not afford it again. There, when I was able to afford that doctor, he explained to us that the condition was mistreated from birth. And we were so concerned. That time I had a husband. We requested what was the meaning of that. He said that when you passed the date that it was written that you are supposed to deliver, the doctors should not have induced you labor. They should have checked your condition and operated you. Because when the date passed 2 weeks, already the kid started lacking enough oxygen. And it is the one that makes the brain not to grow together. It grows unproportionally. That's where my son started the problem. The problem was not in the womb. It was just the separation of me and him. That he lacked enough oxygen. He got tired and lacked oxygen. All those are the explanations which were too late. Already the kid, we had gone so many hospitals and he was not treated the way he was treated by that doctor. Because the medication he takes today is from that doctor, and it was that 2015. Since 2015, he's under that medication of reducing the conversions, because the conversions is the worst thing in a kid. It is the one that makes him to stammer. It's the one that erases his memory, that he cannot go from one place to another without your assistance. So just imagine 16 years assisting that kid to move from one place to the other. He cannot go on his own. Yes.
We'll come to the challenges later, but thank you for pointing out that one. When did he start conversing?
Immediately after birth. Yes, because that is the point I was told. He lacked enough oxygen to the brain.
As an infant?
Yes.
he started conversing.
Immediately
I'm
after birth.
imagining this baby you've gotten.
Yes.
You're holding the baby,
Mm.
and he converses.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He conversed after, I usually say it is immediately after birth because it was less than 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
When the kid is born, those that doesn't know, they in the hospital, they overturn the kid, they try all their level best for the kid to cry.
Yeah.
My son didn't.
Or didn't cry.
Didn't. So they rushed the kid. Because even if I was not energetic, I could see what the doctors were doing when I'm lying.
Mm-hmm.
They tried their best. They placed my kid inside, upside down. They patted the baby, but he never cried. So they rushed him, wrapped. The place I don't know because it's like I got stressed up and myself I lost memory.
Okay.
Because I don't know what happened
until
they came to me. Then I was able to be explained that the kid has been taken to nursery. And it was so stressful to go to nursery to accept that the kid is sick, because I was told the kid is not well. Now they had to explain to me how. And the kid was there lying in the nursery couch, and I was given to train the kid how to suck. So it was less than 3 hours. I think it was 2 or less than 3 hours. I was given the kid to help to be assisted as the firstborn. I don't know how to handle.
Yeah.
So when I was given the kid to handle, doctor left me trying to help my kid to suck. But he was brought back by my screams.
Oh.
My kid in my heart started conversing, throwing leg. By the way, it started one side.
Okay.
He started even this thing cheek, the cheek,
Yeah.
the ear, the head, and the leg, one side.
Yes.
So even the other mothers returned their kids immediately, and they come to help me.
Yes.
And we all screamed. The kid was, imagine that young, hours. The kid was, it was indicated in the card, twitching.
Yes.
And up to today, my kid now, it is not one part. He does everything. He does the whole of the body. Now that he's 16, it did not stop.
So was he, did you take, what attention was
okay,
given?
Okay, he was given, I returned the kid to the doctor. You know, you are screaming, you are powerless.
Yes.
So I gave the baby to the kid, and he was placed in the nursery, and immediately medication that made him like paralyzed. The medication started, and the kid was not even moving. He was just there. So, you know, the stress of firstborn. So me, I was just crying, asking the doctors what has happened to my kid. He's not responding. When I take his leg, you just leave it. The time for staying in the nursery is over. You are told to go out. People are there out asking you, how is the kid? They have not seen the kid. You know, just imagine the parents coming to ask you about the kid. You don't know how to explain. So I was just there. And I thought that the condition, because they have started treating the kid, even the doctor wrote medicines. We went to the chemistry and bought the chemist and bought them. We thought the condition is over, but it was not.
And then you, after that, how many days did you stay in the hospital? 1.5
weeks while the kid is in the nursery being fed. I was told to finya milk, you express, and it is delivered using the nostrils. And when I had stress so much that I could not produce, they used the nan to try to give the baby energy because of the medicines he's taking. But I thank God that after 1.5 weeks, the baby was released.
Okay. A
very good bouncing baby boy, and we went home, and we thought that condition is over, and the baby was okay. Right. Little did I know that the condition is still growing, because I realized my kid is having the problem the 7th month.
Okay.
Because
so from the time he left the hospital to the 7th month, he was okay.
He was okay.
He was not on any medication,
and he was not conversing, and he was not under any medication. And even he was not having this cough for the retro kids, because I can see some people taking kids even 2 or 3 weeks that they are coughing. The 6 months, my kid did not get sick until the 7th month. So I went home. It was a baby care where I was taking the kid, because that time I had been disturbed by a house girl and I was not having one, and I had to go to work. So I had left with another lady at her place, not a school, her place of living, to stay with the kid. Then in the evening, I come and pick the kid. So I came normal, like any other normal day. I picked the kid and went home. I left clothes outside. So I was usually taking the kid to the chair, and then I pull the table. I leave him there so that I take the clothes from outside. Yes. Let me tell you, that day, I'll never forget. When I came out with clothes, coming with clothes, I found my kid staying like this, and the eyes starting. You see only white. When I shook the kid, he was just like that. So I got the baby and ran out and screamed and took him to my landlord. He was nearby. My landlord was a doctor we were at Remuru, at Tigoni District Hospital. So I took the baby to the landlord. The landlord told me that this is the condition that needs to be checked so well, very well, for a kid of 7 months conversing. And he was not cold. I mean, he was not hot. The temperature was okay. Imagine. So we ran to the hospital, and they took the kid as pneumonia. The kid started the medication for pneumonia. So the condition was hidden. The condition of the kid was hidden because he was treated pneumonia. All those injections of pneumonia, 1 week in the ward, because he was admitted. So unfortunate that we came out and the kid started now not prolonging. After 3 months, conversion. After 3 months, conversion. When I go back to the hospital, I noted every card there is phenobarbital. Every card, it's a medicine by the name phenobarbital. Every card, phenobarbital. Paracetamol, Piriton, phenobarbital. Every card, after 3 months, mtoto ameleta hiyo kashida phenobarbital. So it came a time that my kid became worse. The conversions worsened. And we decided, my husband, to take the kid to a father, or we consulted people, and they said, in case it is appearing after some time, we consulted our parents. They told us maybe there's something in the family. So we stopped the medication.
What?
We would not take the kid to the hospital anymore.
What?
Yes. We stopped and we started searching what the problem could be.
And then the parents advised you
not to take the medication again until
especially
the father side, they make an arrangement to come to my side. Yes.
So that they can appease whatever is happening. We'll come to misconception later.
Yes.
Because we are now at 7 months, and this child is conversing after every 3 months, and you are realizing there's a medication that is consistent. And when probably you learned what it is about, you learned what it is.
Yes.
Because I'm imagining, at any point, did somebody tell you this is epilepsy?
No. It was not termed as epilepsy.
What
it was just kutritiwa. The doctors write the kid was this and this and this, take this and this, or buy this and this, full stop. No one told me the baby is epileptic.
When did you know that the baby is
later
epileptic?
Now, when even it was not epilepsy, it is not. The doctor said it's not supposed to be termed as epilepsy. My son is. In general, they call it epilepsy, but my son's condition is. We were explained that epilepsy, the kid. Even when they converse, epileptic kid, you pray something for the kid not to bite the tongue. But after asking me about my kid, he told me, you see, there is a difference between an epileptic kid and that condition. He called it like a brackle, the way there is light and there isn't light. So that's how my son's brain do. So it is not really epilepsy, but in general we call it epilepsy because he really collapses and he really converses. So for the doctor, those are learned, they say that it is not epilepsy. And that's how we stopped phenobarbital, because phenobarbital is for an epileptic kid or a man or a lady.
Yes.
They take phenobarbital.
Okay.
But for Martin, it was changed to Tegretol.
Okay. Which is for children.
For children, no, even for he is now an adult.
Okay.
Yeah. But it depends with the grams. When he was small, 100 grams. Now he's big, 200 grams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this other condition, the autism?
Yes.
So probably you tell us,
Yes.
you share with our viewers, how did you then get to know that he has another condition?
Yes.
We're still with Penina Wanjiro, the mother to Martin. Martin has epilepsy and autism. And she was sharing about how she discovered the condition that the child has. And now at this point, I would like us to move to the next condition that the child has, that is autism. But remember to continue sharing with us your experience. Probably your child also has these two conditions, epilepsy and autism. Because as I was talking to the doctor another day, the doctor was saying sometimes these two conditions go together. So if your child is probably having epilepsy or autism or both, kindly share with us on our Facebook page, Health Now Show, or YouTube, Health Now Show, and just share your experience, and we'll be able to even help other people, because when you share, somebody else is helped. And I believe this is what we are doing, because we always say we are sharing information that can help you to have a life, a better life, a happier life, and a healthier life in your home, at work, and wherever else that you are. And more so for the parents that are watching us, that you may be able to even see the signs and be able to seek help even from the professionals, from the doctors, so that the child can live fulfilling life and can perform their tasks the way the other kids are doing. So we go back to Penina.
Yes.
Penina, you talked about autism.
Yes.
That Martin has autism. So how did you discover that he has autism?
That condition is also traumatizing to us, because when you take the kid to the school and you know all the expectations of opening for a kid in nursery school,
Yes.
that's where we were told by the teacher. It was a twinkle twinkle class, you know, the little kids class.
Yes.
And because we expected a lot, as a firstborn, we are happy. The kid has uniform, the bag, you are taking the kid to the school. But unfortunately, when the kid comes back, there's nothing. The book is empty. He cannot be able to shade like the others, until the teacher asked us to meet at school with my husband. And he told us that you may take it hard for you to believe, but it's good to tell you early. You will not regret in future for taking your kid here. Your kid does not fit here. And we were so mad with the lady. How? We have paid the school fees and you are telling the kid cannot fit here. How? You are the one who is not training the kid. He told us that your kid is autistic. I remember that word was a vocabulary to me from the teacher. He said there is another condition called cerebral palsy, but your kid is not cerebral palsy. It has he doesn't have that condition. Your kid condition is autism. And you are like, what are those? Later I came to know what are those, but that time, I'm telling the truth, that lady, aliona wazazi wakali, because we thought you wanted to chase us away. He told us that your kid even cannot concentrate, and go at home and try to make him shade in the bracket of that fruit that I usually give them, or a ball. And this is now the year that is coming to, it was now 1 year, imagine coming to an end, and you have been punctual paying the school fees. But we are wondering, why is the kid coming home, the book is not well kept and all that, and why is he calling us, why is he disturbing our nanny to come and change the kid. Why are they not training our kid not to susu like any other kid? You know, first month or second month or first term, the kids do mess themselves. Yes,
Yes.
most of the kids mess themselves. But why ours is prolonging? Why 1 year the kid is still, the nanny is being called to come and change the kid, to a next that we decided to be putting in the bag another shot. It was really traumatizing to know the kid is autistic, that he cannot concentrate.
Now, for the parents who may not know that their kids are autistic, what are some of the signs that would tell you that this child is autistic? What are some of the observable?
When at home, the kid may hide because they are still young. It really expresses itself when they join the others in school. And that's why there is special unit in schools. Some schools have special unit.
Yes.
Like where my son has been. They have that category of, when you take the kid in normal classes, they will call you and tell you that your kid does not fit there, your kid fits to the other class. At home, you may not know very well, apart from those that are hyper.
Okay.
There are kids who are very hyperactive because the autism has caused them to be hyper, especially when they take sugary things, biscuits and all that. But mostly when the kid is little, you won't know very well until they start reaching the age of going to school. Like our kid, we could not tell because he's not that hyper. Though he was hyper, but not that much. You know, there are kids, and that age where I'm saying it is tricky. Because even the other normal kids, when you go to supermarket, they tell you, I want this, I want this, I want this. But our kids prolong. Even if you beat them, even if you do, they prolong that habit. They are hyper. They agusha everything they find on their way. They destroy the remotes. And you wonder why their brain are not functional like the others. Yes. So when they are at home, most of the parents do not recognize. Even some live in denial. Okay. And they maintain the kids in the streams of the other normal kids. Okay. Which is not what it's good to accept when you are told, and the kid goes to special unit to be with the special teachers. Because for me, I accepted. Okay. And when I accepted, I was told what to do. I went even to assessment centers. You know, the government has assessment centers. So I went to the Muru to assessment center. The lady guided us. And when he was assessed, we were told, for real, your kid is autistic. He cannot respond well. You better accept it and do not take him back to that school. Let us guide you where to go. So we were told to go to the school that had a special unit. And it was not easy. Yeah. Because after 1 year, 2 years, and the other kid joined the school, the girl performed. So that's how we recognize that truly the kid was having some difficulties. Okay. Yeah.
Now, Martin is having these two conditions.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges that you have gone through? You said he's 16 now.
Yes, he's 16
So for
now.
the 16 years, what are some of the challenges that you have gone through with him?
There are so many, especially in the society. The obvious term you are the cause of the kid. And that is the one that really put us down. Even today, that thing disturbs me, the way people take you. Some even said maybe I was trying to abort the kid. Whereas you are so innocent. You wanted the kid. You brought up your pregnancy term. But some people say that you are planning to terminate the pregnancy, but unfortunately you are unable. So these are the results. Some even tell you that maybe you did something when you are young, or you are parenting something, so this is a punishment and you have to suffer.
That is from the
society. The community is the one sana. Secondly, if you don't have a spouse that accepts the kid, like mine did not accept. Yes, did not accept at all the kid. He pretended to be loving the kid, whereas he used even the kid to exploit other people, to buy medicine for him, or to say that he's in a boarding school, whereas he wasn't, taking the kid to somewhere that the kid can be helped. Now the kid is growing. and the problems are rising because he's now turning 5 years, 6 years, while still anajipupulia na anajifanyia hiyo mambo yote 6 and 7 years until the nanny is called to school like every day to go and pick the kid. The stool is all out
because it doesn't talk.
Yes.
Okay.
So when it comes to society, then it comes to your spouse not accepting the kid. Those are the major challenges. The others you can cope with. Bringing up the kid, you just accept and bring up the kid until God intervenes, because I've seen God intervening. And I usually tell my friends, I am not the one who brings up Martin. It's God. Why? Because the kid at once started saying, I want to go to the toilet. One point he started differentiating the two stool, the stool and the urine. It's not me. The way he came, until God intervenes, you don't know how to bring up that kid.
So now he doesn't.
He doesn't, and the way he stopped me, I cannot tell. He started differentiating. Secondly, I would advise, or we will come to advices or to assist those who have kids like me. We are still on challenges.
Yes.
You know, most when you stay in a certain level of life in the society, you go to plots that they rock the toilets that you are sharing. Do you know, even my kid today, you have to go with him because he cannot concentrate to put the key to unlock the toilet. You have to guide that kid. So whether you like it or not, you have to be bumper to bumper with the kid. It's so challenging that even the society looks at you like if you are not teaching the kid how to do it.
They blame you.
They blame you like you are not teaching. They expect the kid to be outside washing clothes like any other. But for you, in the house, you have observed your kid that even he was, because of these conversions, he's affected the brain. The brain cannot correspond with the heart to wash. You find him, he can stay with the clothes doing like this for a long time. So you opt to wash the clothes instead of the kid staying in the cold, and you know their immune is usually low. He can become, I can get pneumonia very easily. So the society tells you, or they seem to see like you are the one who is not training the kid. Like now going to school and coming back, they usually see like if I'm the one who is not training him to go himself and come back himself. Some even shout at my son, wewe huwezi jipeleka shule unachokesha mama yako. They don't understand the kid, because most of the autistic kids, they don't show by their physical bodies. By the way, they are so handsome and beautiful girls. If we may categorize them, they are like my son. He's very healthy and physically fit. So when walking with him, people may wonder why you are with him. You are the one who is failing. You are not training the kid. Whereas, you know, it is the brain that tells us to do all the things we do with the other organs.
True,
yes.
true.
So living especially with that kid in the society is the one that, if the society can help us, we can accept even more how to bring up the kid. Rather the way another conductor, when passing through the stage, said, why are you wearing kinyasa when you are so big? You know, the vehicle went. I wished, because I stood, I wished it stopped nimuite, and I tell him, never judge. You don't know why he's wearing this. He's wearing the short because the place he goes to study, or to stay, even not to study, just to go and learn things, it is with kinyasa. You cannot put him on a trouser because that school is like that. If you just found that he's wearing kinyasa, there is a reason. There is a reason. You know, those comments outside, then let me tell you, even when you come to initiating that kid, it's also challenging. And the moment I passed that stage, I have helped 2 ladies to do that.
Circumcision
for the boy.
Yeah.
When I had gone that, and the way I was happy, I have helped 2 of them. One, even the kid is more disabled than Martin. Martin is the brain, but that man, that lady, his boy is the one that paralyzed from here going downward. But let me tell you the truth, they are now both initiated. And you cannot give someone those kids. You are the one who do it. You just involve the doctor, then the other things that are done. You know, men go with men. But for you do it with your kid. There are not many that are able to be done, no, unless they are relative. And for me, I didn't have a close relative. Because I have a friend who told me that he used a close relative to treat the boy. But for me, I did it on my own. The boy doesn't know that
was the
part.
father that time?
He's nowhere. He's nowhere because we had separated. And even if he had, he never bothered that the boy is being circumcised. So even circumcising that kid in a very big challenge. You do it on your own. And when you tell people, they like, how? You know, because we are used that they go to another room and it is done by men.
They are taken to
some places, exactly, and all that. But for you, you are there with your kid.
It's because you understand what is going on.
And my kid doesn't know that. That, by the way, that part, he remembers that part when the urine is going out. He doesn't know any other use of that part. So you are the one to do it. I did it. I watched him those 8 or 9 days and he was well. It's a challenge even explaining to the society that kwa Kikuyu inaitwa gutira mwanake. There was no one involved. They outside now, when you try to explain to people, they feel like you are doing you are abnormal. Even yourself, you are not normal. How did you do it? Why didn't you look for someone? No, you tell him you know the kid from birth. He doesn't know the part. He has gone not knowing even the part. You are the one to do it.
Those are challenges that you have been going through.
And not only me, I've told you there are 2 who have done it because of my courage. When I told them the way I did it, they moved on and they have done, and their kids are now initiated.
So what you're telling us, Penina, is that these are conditions that are in our community. And they need to be helped. And our kids, because the parents who are taking care of them, they are going through these hardships. And they need help. Any other challenge?
Those that use medicine, because autism is different. There are kids who are autistic, but they are not epileptic. So they don't take any medication. They are just there that they cannot operate on their own in the society. They need assistance. They need their mothers, they need their father, their sisters, their brothers to help them in life. But they are not having the condition like Martin has. That of conversions. So for us, especially myself, I really get challenged when I come to buying medicine. Medicine inakupeleka.
It's expensive.
It is expensive for those kids. To an extent, that lady that I helped her kid for initiation, and I assisted her how to get that doctor and all that. Her kid is catered or sponsored, and she really tries where she's able. Because in the midst of the medicine that our kids take, there is that Tegreto. Even sometimes she shares with me. She told me, I know the pain of buying medicine. If we are the one buying for our kid, we don't know where we could be. So she really intervenes sometimes and gives me some. And if she doesn't intervene, you are there, you have to sell those greens and go to chemist. Me, I'm known at Kiabu Chemist, the famous Kiabu Chemist by the name Freb, by the staffs. Even when I say prolong going, they ask me, where have you been getting medicine for Martin? And I went and explained. There is a lady who shared with me. They have known you that they are wondering where you are not going because they expect you every month to go and pick medicine for Martin. It is not easy.
Okay, these medications are not... they're only available in pharmacies?
And you cannot be given without medical authorization. So I rely on medical authorization that the doctor who treated Martin since 2015 and changed it from phenobarbital to Tegreto. That is the one I went and explained that he has been changed from phenobarbital to Tegreto, but I don't have the document. Right now, if you tell me to go to doctor, I don't have even that 2,000, and I know maybe now it is 3,000 consultation fee to go to the doctor and then to get that letter. So FREB, it's just because I explained to them and I was in a bad condition and my kid was conversing. So they had to sell to me those medicine, but any other person cannot. You cannot be given that medicine without doctor authorization. And the letter that we had been given with a stamp, it went with the husband. So for me, it's just the intervention ya Mungu too that FREB admitted me, and they usually ask me, Nikika, where are you getting the medicine from? Nisikue na another source. Maybe I'm given a fake one.
They would
you
need
know,
to really be careful so that the child can continue taking medication.
The right one.
Yes.
Because it is the original.
Okay.
They are generics, but they usually follow me because they want the kid to be given the one that I asked from the word go, the original 200 grams.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other challenge that you've gone through?
They are like, in the house, you expect the kid to tell you that he's ugly, he wants something, and before he came to start uttering some words, it has taken long. It has taken long. I thank God that nowadays he really tries a little. I cannot say that it is fully communication, but my kid has really prolonged communicating. So I know some viewers have challenges like I have gone through. The kid is hungry, unless now yourself, you tell he's hungry and give him something. You may stay with him, then he's not asking. You find he's looking at the utensils. Yes.
To kind of tell you, I need food. But they cannot be able
to communicate. Speaking, especially when it comes to speaking, communicating, expressing themselves, it's a challenge. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was talking to Dr. Maureen, who has been on this show, and she was saying that sometimes some of the kids, if they want food or they want, let's say, an orange that is in the house, they would hold your hand and take you to where the orange is, so that you can give that.
Yes.
They are kind of telling you, this is what I want, and that is what the doctor was saying.
Yes.
What I'm hearing you say is that medication consistency is very important.
Yes.
And probably as we close, because our time is really gone, you could look into that camera and share with a parent, just kind of encourage them. If the child is taking medication, they can continue with the medication.
Yes.
And it is very good to have, very, very important to have that child being seen by the right, appropriate doctors.
Yes.
Probably as we close.
Yes, very true, Jane.
Yeah.
It's good to follow up because we love those kids. Because even if you don't expect a lot from them like any other normal kid, like the way when you take the kid to school, you expect good results for the kid to grow up and bring certificates, degrees, and then job and all that. For real, for those kids, you don't expect much, but for them to be healthy and to live well, because someone told me they are angels on earth. Yeah, it's good to follow up medication and never listen to those whispers of maybe it's family matter and so on. Medication will prolong the life of that kid, like my kid. And I'm happy to have him because even I usually get stressed when I think now he's in boarding. How is he eating? Is he okay? Because at least now I want him to be independent. That's why I tried recently to take him to a boarding school, a special boarding school for him to live independently, not relying on me and sister. Can he socialize with other people? Not that I'll get him with degree, but at least to be dependent. Can he do without if anything can happen in life? Can he survive with someone else? And we can see improvement. So even to those parents who have those kids, do not hide them. Expose them. I exposed my kid, and that's why he's so far being able to stay with other kids in the school. Yeah, do not hide the kid.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you, Penina, for
you.
this. I believe that parents who are watching us are getting helped, and also what Daktari said. But one thing that I'm picking as we close is that let the child take medication. Take the child to the appropriate places. if it's a boarding school, if it's a school where that child will get more help so that they can improve on some skills. They may be able to do something with their hands and they can be able to do that. But the parting shot is let the child continue with the medication and the support from the medical professional. You will hear many things like Penina has shared with us. You'll be told you did not go to ratio, you did not go to take dowry, you talked bad about somebody. All those things are misconceptions that are in the community. But one thing that we know is that, and she has said it, that when this issue is a medical issue, let it be treated medically. And I'm sure that our children will live happier and better lives. Our viewer, we want to come to the end of this episode that was very, very insightful. And I believe that our viewer, you are helped in one way or other. You have gotten that information because that is our objective on this show, that we share information that is going to change your life. I don't want to forget to remind you, you can share your experiences on our Facebook page, Health Now Show. You can also share your experiences with an autistic child, an epileptic child, or on a child with both. Also on our YouTube channel, Health Now Show, and we are sure that even as we go along, the doctors will be able to answer some of the questions that you said to us and also your experiences. And until next time, thank you so much. God bless you, and we see you soon.